Alright, so y'all already see what it is. So I woke up, seen this shit on Twitter. I don't even know what the fuck this over. You feel me? Like, this is the most petty shit. It seems weird. You know what I mean? Like, this nigga Wiz never had no animosity towards Kanye in interviews when he was asked. And Kanye definitely, from what I seen in his interviews with the Breakfast Club and things like that, he never even, said nothing ill about Wiz. I mean, he hinted at it on the little compilation Good Music album or whatever the case may be. But like he said, you know what I mean? When he seen him, he showed him respect as a man. But whenever you bring somebody kids into it, that is disrespectful. Kanye was mad disrespectful, and I'm a fan of Kanye and I'm a fan of Wiz, so no bias shit here. I just feel like this, man. With this Twitter shit, Kanye did hint to him having a number called, but he changed his number. You feel me? But at the same time, it's like these niggas can get in contact with each other. Why are y'all spilling all this shit, you know, for the public? And it's all over the next nigga. Like, no disrespect to Max B. When he was out doing music, I'm not a huge fan of him. I think it was hilarious when he went on Dipset and all that crazy shit. And them niggas made some dope diss records at Max B. You know what I mean? So you gotta look at it like that. That was years ago when Dipset was still popping, barely. For him to come out and be like, you kind of taking, you feel me, something that somebody else created, that's good, a good analogy. But you at least could have used Mick Jenkins as a even better response. And you see what Mick Jenkins did on Twitter? He called his next project Switch or whatever. That shit funny. But I mean, this shit was ridiculous. To me, from what I looked at on Twitter and everything since last night, I don't really know who started it, but it's edging towards Wiz for him saying what he's saying about the title. Where it's like, what do we care? He changed it from the first one to Swish to Waves. I mean, is it a dope title? No. Do Wiz own the title Waves? No. I don't understand that. You feel me? So it's like, all right, this is how you know it's personal. Because like we seen on Twitter, Mick Jenkins called this shit Waves. Nobody say anything about it. No, from French Montana and anybody like that. So that's the part where I'm not understanding it, because French was homeboys with Max. If French ain't never came out and said no crazy shit, why are you entitled to say some shit? It's your opinion, Wiz, but what the fuck? You feel me? And far what anybody else said about Kanye, yeah, he egotistical. Sometimes he can act like a kid, with certain shit. To me, he's a narcissist. Personally, I think that, but it is what it is, and he a Gemini off bat. But at the same time, it should have just been about the music. Was Kanye wrong for what he said about Wiz's first single? Was he wrong for saying that whole style he stole from Kid Cudi? I don't personally like Bake Sale. I think that song is it's whatever. You know what I mean? But this shit is just ridiculous. Like, come on, yeah, you OG in the game. You've done more in your career that Wiz will never see ever. He won't never have that type of fame, that type of notoriety ever. I mean, I remember when people used to just call Wiz the weed rapper because all he talked about was weed and shit like that. So I wouldn't acknowledge it. You know what I mean? You think Jay would acknowledge somebody on Wiz's level? No. But when you bring kids into it, it's kind of different. And then, of course, Amber Rose, dumbass, chiming in. Like, to me, she's irrelevant. You feel me? I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Kanye didn't wife her up. Wiz, in a sense, did wife her up. And that bitch was basically a hoe. So if he take the angle and say, oh, you married to Kim K, blah, 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 nigga, you had a baby and married Amber Rose, so what the fuck? It's the same shit. You did what I'm saying? I wouldn't have wife that had a baby with neither one of them bitches. That's crazy. But I don't know. I don't got really nothing to say about this shit. It's just weird. I just want to hear Kanye new album. I want to hear Rolling Papers 2. You know what I mean? That's basically it. I mean, who gives a fuck about everything else? Kanye was wrong for bringing up Wiz kids, and that was totally disrespectful. So on that point, yeah, I think Wiz needs to go see him personally, man to man. Cause I don't even think that's no shit. I mean, you can talk about anything, but let's keep it lit. If somebody talked about your kid in that manner, would you want to have a conversation with them, or would you really want to at least get 5 minutes with them? You feel me? And I'm not violent, but I'm just saying that's different. I think if you grow up in a black household or any household, as a parent, you ain't gonna let nobody disrespect your kids. Even if you know your kid bad as shit and do the dumbest shit, you ain't gonna let nobody else say that about your kid. And Kanye kind of hinted that basically he owned his kid or some crazy shit like that, or however he put it. That's disrespectful. You feel me? So I don't understand, as a parent, Kanye should not have said that, because if Wiz would have came and said some shit like that about him, I guarantee you Kanye would have wanted to go. You know what I mean? So that's just disrespectful. You don't bring kids in if they innocent. As far as the women and the music and the lifestyle and whatever fashion sense you guys seem not to have, keep it there. You know what I mean? I just feel like once I seen that shit about the kids, I was done. Then Kanye just going on a tirade on Twitter. The nigga went to what, 12 steps or some type of shit like this is a fucking rehab program. It's like, man, what are you doing? Why are you giving him that much light? Like, nigga, finish the music, put the music out, continue being productive. Let him do what he do. You know, it's like, come on, man. Then Wiz is just like, keep it real. You were kind of in your feelings to say that. Like, waves, like really, like nobody can't say that word. Nobody can use that word as a title for an album or a song. Like, come on, bro. I get paying homage then. If that's the case, nigga, go pay his lawyer fees then. If you really care about him that much, you feel me? Go do something for his family. Go do something for his team. You feel me? If you feel that strongly about, Max B, that's just how I look at it. You know what I mean? It's like, that's cool. I understand what you're saying, but what have you done, you know what I mean, to show your love and your gratitude for an artist that you feel you fuck with, you rock with like that? Go do something for us. See what you can do for him. You feel me? Because doing all that shit, piggybacking off somebody else shit, and it's just like, man, come on. He made that shit kind of cool, that whole melodicness as far as a rapper in his, music. Because, okay, I can admit it, Max B influenced a lot of people, especially French. You dig what I'm saying? And anybody that came associated with that whole organization that they had back in the day. But at the same time, it's just like, man, come on, bro. Like, I didn't understand that shit. Like, niggas can use waves, my nigga. Mick Jenkins put out one of the dopest albums last year with the same title. You feel me? And nothing came from that. But if Kanye do it, you can just tell it's some bitterness there. To me, honestly, Amber Rose and Wiz, ever since they kind of departed, they both been acting on some weird shit. Of course, Amber Rose had to jump in there and say what she said. I don't personally know what went on in their relationship. I wasn't there, so I'm not judging that shit. That's like you listen to a hoe on your block spreading rumors about you. You think your friends gonna believe that shit? You know what I mean? You go acknowledge that? Why? She a hoe. Like, a hoe gonna do anything for attention. You feel me? Wiz was on the right path as far as the music and not getting to the drama type shit. That's what I don't understand about him. He never been a part of that game. I kind of see why Currency moved away from that, because that mainstream shit have you just out here acting wild. I want to know the conversation that Currency had with Wiz. Like, bro, what are you doing? I can imagine, like, what are you doing? Like, come on. You know what I mean? But that shit is, I don't give a shit. Both them niggas' albums that come out, they better be dope. For all this shit y'all doing about all the music and the culture and everything like that, nigga, both y'all albums better be dope. I don't give a fuck what they talking about. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear that, well, Kanye is different from Wiz. I don't give a shit. I want to hear the music. Kanye album better be all that shit you talking, the greatest album of all time and all that crazy shit you saying. That shit better be dope. Wiz, you been amping up this little project and Rolling Papers 2 to be something that it's supposed to be. It better be that shit when it drop. Other than that, I ain't really got nothing to speak on that shit. That shit weird shit. I'm like, hell no, man. I just want to hear about the music. What do y'all think about this shit? Twitter's out of control. This is what's gonna make Twitter be the new MySpace in a minute. And people are like, no, I don't think it is. Watch. Because it's gonna get to that point where it's just like, it's oversaturated with dumb shit. Like, come on. I missed the era when it wasn't no Facebook, Twitter, and all that shit. Because if you had an issue with somebody, you had their number or you had to go say something to them. You didn't get on Twitter and you in another fucking country somewhere. What is that about? You can say anything from fucking miles away, but if we're in the same fucking location, is you gonna say the same shit? That's the problem, man. So that shit weird. I don't fuck with her like that either, though. I barely be on that shit because that shit weird. Like, it make people act indifferent. You can't really get an emotion out of somebody from just pinning a tweet because you don't know how they saying it. Even if you add all the exclamations and everything like that, but still that shit crazy. These niggas is tripping. These niggas need to just put out the music and basically stop wifing hoes. Leave hoes alone. Like, come on. Like, get out of here with that shit. Amber is on some weird shit. You feel me? That shit is crazy. Wiz doing whatever, and I didn't understand when Kanye said he liked how Wiz style is. He wish he was tall and skinny. No, you don't, nigga. I'm tall and kind of skinny. So what the fuck you mean you want to be? You know what I mean? No, you don't. That's a shot, nigga. So fuck you with that weird ass Walking Dead fucking clothing line you got, nigga. I'm a fan of your music, but that shit is bullshit, my nigga. I swear it look like I'm watching a Thriller video every time I watch this nigga do his Fashion Week shit. Like, how is that a fucking clothing line? Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Wiz don't always have the best outfits. He's done some questionable shit. I don't know why the fuck would you have. I mean, them pants was 4th of July maybe is dope, but just to wear that shit, But I will say this: Wiz style was more doper back when he had the fro than when he got his dreads and shit. I don't really like how he be on some white boy punk rockers type weird shit. It's like he stole his whole swag from MGK. That's just my personal opinion. But I don't know. That's just what I think about the shit. Don't listen to me. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not in Hollywood. Just a nigga in California. One.